What's the number one fake financial story of the year that affects your wealth? It's that Americans have not had a pay raise in years.
Wages are just not breaking out and rising in a way that we need to see.
We have seen lackluster wage growth.
Pattern of stagnant wages for the American worker.
A lot of Americans haven't had a pay raise, literally, in almost a decade.
Wage stagnation in this country.
The American people have dealt with years of stagnating wages.
Just not seeing the wage growth that we need to see.
Wage growth remains sluggish.
Haven't really had a raise in a decade.
There's only 2.4% wage growth. That's not enough here.
Stagnant wages.
American households earn less money today than they did in 2002.
Most Americans haven't had a pay raise now for the better part of the last decade.
The average American worker has not had a pay raise yet in this century.
The U.S. Labor Department releases nominal data on wages every month to the press, and it's what's featured in the headlines every month. This is the actual press release published for the most recent month available. The wage data goes back just 12 months. Inflation data is not part of the press release, and there's no mention of real wages. Real wages are what really matter. That's what you have in your pocket to spend. That's what drives the economy. We've crunched those numbers here showing real after-inflation wage growth going back to March 2006. It adds important perspective. At the end of September 2017, real wages were 1.4% higher than 12 months earlier. That may not sound like much, but it is actually really high compared to the peak of the last economic expansion, and they recently started heading almost straight up. But knowing that requires a little number crunching and U.S. economic history. The Brookings Institute, a nonpartisan think tank, crunched wage and inflation numbers dating back to 1981, and here's what they found. Growth in real wages of 1.4% for the past 12 months is twice the rate of the roaring 1990s expansion. It's 4 times the rate of the growth of the last expansion from 2000 through 2006. It's not only untrue that Americans have not had a pay raise in years, but wage growth has been incredibly strong. Benign inflation has hidden it from plain sight, and political leaders and the media, who are supposed to know better, are complicit in spreading this false story, making it the #1 fake financial news story of the year.